Welcome to Epic. In this segment, LinkedIn 201, we will cover how to find connections on LinkedIn. After you've built a profile, you'll want to begin building your professional network. This is valuable for not only advancing your career, but also learning more about the industries and fields you want to pursue. Focus on 4 categories of connections: people you know, people connected to people you know, alumni, and people you want to know. Let's start connecting. First, start with the people you know. Think of classmates, university staff and faculty, community members, fellow club or organization members, and family friends. The one thing they should all have in common is an interest in your professional development. To find folks you know, type their name directly into the search bar and click on their profile. When you click the Connect button, LinkedIn prompts you to personalize the note and encourages you to do so. The note should remind the person how you've met and communicate why you would like to connect. For example, for a fellow intern or coworker, you might draft a message like this: "Hi Amanda, I enjoyed working with you on the marketing project at the Acme Corporation this summer. I would really like connecting via LinkedIn to keep up with what's next for you." After you've created a few connections, LinkedIn will begin to make recommendations for other potential LinkedIn users to invite to your network. You can then access people your connections know. LinkedIn calls these second-level connections. To view the recommendations, click on My Network. Here you will begin to see second-level connections. Scan this list for others you know and send a personalized message. Avoid clicking on the Connect button here. It bypasses the Customize option and sends a generic connection request. Don't leave your potential connections wondering who you are and why you're reaching out. Cut out the guesswork by sharing what motivates you to connect. For some in this list, you may want an introduction. Click on their profile and LinkedIn will show your mutual connections. Our recommendation is to reach out to the person you know as directly as possible, which will probably involve a phone call or an email to ask for an introduction. The request should be polite and explain your interest in that person. The reason should not be, "I want to ask them for a job." Typically frame the request along the lines of, "I saw they work for this company. I'm interested in learning about their career path and gaining insight into their industry." This helps make the introduction deliberate and professional. Next, seek out alumni. Especially look for alumni working in industries or companies of interest to you. Learn from their experience about potential roles or current opportunities in their companies, or learn of companies that you may want to target. To find alumni on LinkedIn, search for your university's page and click on the See Alumni button. Once on the page, you can filter alumni by different categories, including location, companies, what they studied, and what they do. Filter the results based on your career interests to find potential connections. Have you always dreamed of working for a certain company? Are you interested in relocating? Do you want to learn more about a certain job or industry? Find alumni in those areas. As always, write personalized messages when requesting connections. The alumni tool is also a great research resource. Discover career paths, job titles, companies, and much more by exploring profiles. Next, consider who you want to know. You may seek connections to recruiters, guest speakers from events or classes, or people you meet at networking events from companies or industries of interest. To connect, find their LinkedIn profile. In your request, tell them where you met and differentiate yourself by reminding them of any detail from their presentation or your conversation. Finally, join LinkedIn groups relevant to your field of study or industry interests. At least 3 groups is a good start. Here's how to search for groups. Go to the drop-down in the right-hand corner under Work and click on the group icon. From there, click on Discover. LinkedIn will show you groups you may be interested in joining based on the content in your profile. You can click Not Interested, Ask to Join, or click through to the group page to learn more. Some groups will include criteria for acceptance. Once your request is accepted, you can view the members to identify if there are connections you would like to add to your network. To view who is in the group, simply click on the number of members directly under the group title. If you see a member working in a role or company of interest, you may want to request a connection. It will be important to customize this request a little differently. Mention you are both members of the group and you would very much like to connect to learn more from their industry experience. You also have the option to direct message fellow group members before you become a connection. Being members of the same group and being first-level connections are 2 ways to directly message other LinkedIn members with your free membership. For a new LinkedIn user, 40 connections is a good start. As you continue to add connections, your network grows exponentially. Think of LinkedIn as a web of connections. Every connection you have has connections, and those connections have connections, and so on. The larger your network, the greater your reach. As you continue to build your network, interacting with these connections is important. Learn more in the next epic milestone, LinkedIn 301, Maintaining Connections. Enjoy building your professional network using LinkedIn as a tool. Thanks for watching. This has been LinkedIn 201.